Hello again, Guardians, and welcome back to the channel for another Destiny episode. Now, before we get started, it is the weekly refresh. We've got the vendor tower rolls all refreshed. We got to go over all of the weapons and armor pieces, but before we get started, we are sitting in the hot seat, and you all know what that means. We've got to announce the winner of last week's giveaway. So, last week's weekly giveaway goes to Riley Gaming. Congratulations. All you have to do now is please message me on Twitter, reply to the message I sent you on YouTube, and after that I will verify that you are the owner of the YouTube channel that I messaged, and after that you get your reward. Congratulations. Now, don't worry, for all of you, I like to do a weekly giveaway for all of my subscribers every single week, including this week as well. So, if you want to enter in for those giveaways, I'm also giving away 3 copies of Destiny 2. The details are on the screen now, so pause the video, read the instructions, and enter in for the giveaways. Now, to get into this video, we are going to be spending a little bit of time in this weekly refresh. There's barely anything to go over. The one thing I want to clarify with everyone before you hear any news and information on this stupid warpath, the warpath rocket launcher for this week isn't good, okay? It's got cluster bombs, it's got the tripod, does not have field scout, so you don't get as many rockets as you could have. So some people are saying, hey, go look at the warpath, and I was like, well, I'll go look at it, I'll take a look, and it kind of sucks. So yeah, it's got 2 of the 3 perks. It's got to have all 3 perks to actually be worth a damn. Also, moving on from Lakshmi, Lakshmi has complete shit. New Monarchy also has complete shit. The Crucible has complete shit. The only 2 people that are actually worth taking a look at is Dead Orbit and our buddy Ronnie over at the Vanguard Quartermaster. So, very first thing, Keystone. So the Keystone is going to have Hidden Hand, it's going to have Hammer Forged, Outlaw, it's going to have Armor Piercing Rounds, and it's going to have Full Auto. It's also going to have Focus Lens, FLA 5, and it's going to have OEG Rifle Scope. I recommend opting in for the OEG Rifle Scope, then running Armor Piercing Rounds or Full Auto, depending on which one you really like, and then you're going to have Hammer Forged and Hidden Hand. It's going to be a pretty decent scout rifle, not the best god roll of all god rolls, but it's still pretty decent if you're looking for a scout rifle. Moving on over to our buddy Ronnie, he's got a few things we can take a look at. So the very first thing is going to be the Continental. This is like a mini Suros regime. It's got persistence, it's got braced frame. We don't really have to pay attention to the armor piercing rounds, but we got to pay attention to persistence, braced frame, and the focused fire and hip fire. So yeah, pretty much just a mini Suros. It's also got Steady Hand IS, and it's got OEG. I'd recommend opting in for the Steady Hand IS, opting in for the hip fire or focus fire, and then obviously braced frame and persistence. This is going to be actually a pretty decent scout, not scout rifle, but auto rifle to use this week. Moving on from there, I was kind of opted in for taking a look at a few things. I did look at the Angel's Advocate for a second, and I found it was an alright roll. It's got Hidden Hand, it's got Perfect Balance, Hammer Forged, and Who's Next or Rodeo. I thought it was a pretty interesting roll. I thought it'd be pretty fun to use. But other than that, everything else inside of this week's vendors sucks ass. Not even lying. Like, I don't even like cussing in my videos very often, and for the videos that I do cuss, it's normally funny comedic commentary from our party chats, but legitimately, there's a bunch of ass inside of all of these vendors this week. So we're going to go and take a look at the armor. Hopefully there's some nice 98% to 100% stat rolls over on DIM, Destiny Item Manager. So let's go over and take a look. So now, Guardians, over on DIM, Destiny Item Manager, I'll have a Google Chrome extension link down in the description of the video if you've never used this before. But basically you can move all of your items from your vault or your Guardians over in between each other, and you can also check your record books. You can go to their shop. They've got a backers page now, so you can actually get sponsored by DIM or be a sponsor of DIM. And moving into this, we can also check out the vendors. So, 98% roll for that Titan Vanguard Titan Mark. Nothing from the Vanguard Scout. So that Titan Mark, really quick, is going to have Discipline and Strength. So 24 Discipline, 25 Strength at max. So moving on down, we've got the Hunter Vanguard, which is going to have a 98% Ghost. That Ghost is going to be Discipline and Strength. Then we've also got Gauntlets, which is going to be Discipline and Strength as well. So a lot of Discipline and Strength stuff so far. Moving on to the Warlock Vanguard, we have nothing of importance. Moving down to the Vanguard Quartermaster, all weapons, obviously. Eris Morn, going to have a 100% rolled cloak for the Hunters, intellect and strength. Then we're going to have a 98% Warlock Bond from her, and that's going to be intellect and discipline. Then moving on down, we've got House Judgment, rocking nothing of importance. Then we've got Future War Cult. Again, nothing real important, but we do have a 98% Warlock Bond. That's going to be discipline and strength. So once again, as I stated before, a lot of discipline and strength stuff this week. Nothing else from that. Then Dead Orbit. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we can take a look at. So we've got the Ghost at intellect and discipline at 98%. We've got 98% boots, which are going to be for the Titan. That's going to be intellect and strength. And then that's about it for him. So then we move on to New Monarchy. We've got 100% stat roll for the cloak, and that's going to be discipline and strength. Then we've got 98% for boots for the Titan. That's going to be discipline and strength. And then nothing real important other than this 98% ghost, which is going to be intellect and strength. Then moving on down to the Quartermaster for Crucible, obviously just weapons. Crucible Handler is where we can start getting some armor, and that is also going to be nothing of importance for this week. The highest thing we have is a chest piece at 97%. So since it's not 98 or higher, we don't care about it. Moving on down to the Cryptarch over at the Iron Temple. We've got 320% for the Fellwinter artifact. That's going to be discipline and strength, obviously, and nothing else of importance. Then moving down over to the Speaker, we've got another 100% maxed out cloak for the Hunter, intellect and strength. Then we've got a 98%, I believe. No, we do not. So that's basically all. So Guardians, not a lot of stuff. I was hoping to have a lot more armor pieces at 100% stat roll, just because this week's tower vendor rolls for the weapons kind of sucked ass. But that's what we get for random RNG. The RNG for all of us Guardians out here this week is horrible. But hey, thanks to Guardian Con happening this week. I can't wait to see all of your beautiful faces at Guardian Con if you're going to go. Remember, if you can't make it, just send me a tweet on Twitter saying hello. And I hope you guys check out my Guardian live stream. I will be live streaming at Guardian Con and meeting a ton of beautiful faces. So for the people that are going, I'm really excited. I have to give a huge shout out really quick to my patrons. So they're on the screen now. Thank you all for supporting my channel through Patreon. If you want to become a patron, the link is in the description. But if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, share it with your fellow Guardians, and as always, perfect time to subscribe for daily Destiny content. Stay violent, be privileged.
Oh, hi. VPG isn't here right now, but I guess you enjoyed the content. So over there is a logo you can click on. That will allow you to subscribe. More content up there, and behind the scenes daily content over here on the vlog channel. There you go. Enjoy.